Hello, I am
Yeah.
Joseph Kennedy, co-founder of the Innovation Scholarship Fund Association. I am here with Randy Cole, a three-time recipient of the Innovation Scholarship and a recent graduate of Virginia State University. Randy, welcome to the conversation. How are you?
Good in yourself?
I am great, man. I have been really looking forward to talking to you. You being one of our three-time scholarship recipients, and we're just tremendously proud of you. And so just wanted to make certain we had a chance to connect.
Mm-hmm. Appreciate it.
So let me just jump right in to ask you some questions. You grew up in Washington, D.C. So how did growing up in D.C. shape you?
Um, it shaped me on, well, mostly I could say going to college, it showed how much, like growing up in DC, you had to stand on morals and principles and respect more than anything. And like going to college, showing how people from different areas come up different, and they level of respect is different. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
trying to adapt to, or help or teach them the understanding of what's respect to you because of the different areas, or the growing up experience
Cool.
and the environments.
So as you were growing up, who were people you looked at as role models?
uh I'm gonna say anyone who made us meet, like basically working and being
Mm-hmm.
determined on providing. So like I couldn't really say one, but I think more than anything, just seeing people help, or with good intentions, or making a way
I
with
got you.
circumstances.
I got you. So let's think about you attended H.D. Woodson.
Yeah.
That's the association's favorite high school, as you know. How did
Mm-hmm.
Woodson prepare you for Virginia State University?
Definitely by motivating me to go to college, and watching, I'm gonna say watching over me, because me not really knowing that I was gonna go, but teachers and staff seeing the potential I had based on my performance in school,
Mm-hmm.
and saying, kind of pointing me into that right direction on, you know, uh, yeah, just seeing bigger in my potential than just getting it done, because of me going with the flow at the moment. Because like I said, I wasn't like thinking about college at that very moment, being a freshman or a sophomore in high school. It was just more like finish high school. But now, well, along the way, me having teachers and, them saying how not much engaged I was with school, being involved with school. Well, with academic wise, I was, but far as like curricular wise, or what I'm saying?
So
I
what
don't
was
know.
some of your thinking back then, as far as if you were saying, hey, look, doing well academically, but I don't know, were you thinking college may not be for you?
Yeah, mostly for cause of funds,
Okay.
the being able to afford it, and then just the mindset I had was just finishing high school and then just working, knowing I will be able to make a way, you
Okay.
know. And
So
think more than anything at that time, it was more like I was thinking about being a firefighter, but of
okay.
course, like I said, with the staff being there, and they also telling me, the experience of college, or telling me I want to get that experience on top
Mm-hmm.
of being a firefighter. Don't take to go to college to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, if I was to go to college, that could be my A. If it don't work out, then firefighting can
Could be
be
your B.
my plan B.
So then
Right.
let's go back in time. You're away from home. You're attending Virginia State University. What do you remember most about the first year of college?
What I remember most, I'm gonna say like good, bad, both. Or you
Yeah,
saying?
just whatever you, and if you want to talk about both, that's great. But what sort of sticks in that first year? What were you feeling?
Uh, I'm gonna say that I was there. Like I'm here. Like
Hmm.
I'm away from home. Like it was different. Uh, Not really knowing no other places outside of home, and still even on my transition to college, not really like okay, I got the money to go. Where I'm gonna go, and then my acceptance also came a little late, so it was like I still don't know where I'm gonna go,
Hmm.
and so I have the money for it, but it's where I'm gonna go, and then is it gonna cover where I'm going,
Yeah.
and then me also not thinking how often we had to come home, which I ain't find out until going to college on breaks. And then the transportation to do that, like train, bus, Ubers, and etc. Uh,
You made the
but
statement. You said, "I felt like I was here." How important to you was it to be there? It sounded like when you put that emphasis on "I was here," you were really making a declarative statement about just being present at that university. How important was that to you?
it was very important. Definitely because, like I said, with the mindset I was in school before, actually knowing where I was going or being able to afford, well, basically having that opportunity due to this scholarship, also as others, that like I said, mostly where I was gonna go and where the additional money was gonna come from also, but it helped a lot. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it was important to be there because, like I said, to be away from home, and then I see how 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 like family oriented going to certain colleges can be, which I can only speak on the HBCU because I went there.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah, it was for family oriented. Of course, it had its pros and cons.
Mm-hmm.
People been from different areas, and like I said, uh, respect levels that
Yeah.
other states don't have for other states because of where they
Mm.
from. And I can not to shade any other state, but also, I'm gonna say because DC is so diverse and have so many people coming in from different states, you kind of adapt to how people operate and communicate. I'm gonna say,
Yeah.
and yeah, I'm gonna say, yeah, knowing that I came from DC and was able to know how to do that and to communicate with other people, it I appreciated it. Like I appreciated that I could go elsewhere and literally be there for X amount of days before I was able to return back home.
Mm-hmm.
And how much you can focus on yourself at school than at home.
Yeah.
And even though it could be hard while you at school because you can't really help but so much outside of money or so. But um yeah, it definitely, yeah, it's a cool experience. I would definitely suggest it. Like, but like I say, more than anything, I would say uh, you have to know you want to do it, and if you're gonna start it, finish it.
Yeah. So you chose mechanical engineering as your major. Why
Hmm.
mechanical engineering?
Well, because I wasn't aware of a lot of occupations. Like
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't aware outside of like I say, fire department doctors, uh, maybe psychiatrists and stuff like that. I didn't know too much more of specific occupations. And like I said, me being in school, just performing good on academically, and just knowing that I'm okay, I'm gonna work, but I'm not gonna. My goal is not to work a regular job or no minimum wage job because I
Mm-hmm.
seen how hard it was to
Mm.
make a living off of stuff like that. But you can make a way, but work smarter, not harder.
Yeah.
Um. So yeah. It took for someone, a teacher, directed me to another staff who was in the hero program,
Mm-hmm.
and he was. I was applying for another scholarship, which is the Achievers that I also received, and the essay consists of giving your background on how you came up, your obstacles, and what did you want to be,
Mm-hmm.
and of course it would be what would you want to pursue in college. And because fire department wasn't a major for college, you know, that wasn't an option. So he was just asking me, what do I like to do? And he was like, and maybe because he didn't believe, or he assumed that I knew what kind of occupations was out there more
Mm-hmm.
than I did know. So I was just telling him that I like doing stuff with my hands and building stuff. So he was suggesting, he was like, it was construction worker was one, but I knew about those, but that's more like a trade also.
Uh-huh.
Um, he had asked me, so like mechanical engineer. So I asked him what that was, what it consists of, and he was just telling me how broad it could be and what you could work on from cars to planes to electronics. So it fit what I like to do as far as building and stuff.
Okay.
So it was different. Definitely when I got to school, I got to understand what it consists of more.
So academically, you did well in school. Socially, did well. But what do you believe was your defining moment in school? When you look back on all the things that you accomplished in school, what would you say that was my moment? That's when I knew I was at the top of my game in school.
Um, I'm gonna have to say, definitely making it through the sacrifices I made for myself. So like sacrificing something to get somewhere
Hmm.
and really being able to meet that goal. So making a sacrifice to get to a goal that I set for myself
Okay.
and to really get to that goal even before like the time frame that I expected. That's really a defining moment.
Hmm.
Well, each time I did do it, and also definitely finishing
Hmm.
finishing school
so,
because it was tough. So
so how did the scholarship help you achieve your college aspirations?
definitely to be able to afford it, and at some points not even have to come out of my pocket or take out a loan. And more than anything, definitely outside of school also because once your tuition is covered, it was times that I applied for it, and at the moment, okay, school probably was almost over, so like with my back against the wall, the money
Yeah.
came in a clutch moment, and I was able to do what I needed to do, or even if I had already done it, it
Mm-hmm.
it brought me back as far as the money that I've lost or spent on necessities, basically.
So what lessons would you pass on to graduating seniors preparing for college?
Can you say that one more time?
If you had to pass on a lesson, to some of the seniors that are graduating, what lesson would you pass on to those students? And I'm talking about graduating seniors from high school going into college.
Right. I would say definitely get as many scholarships as you can.
Hmm.
And well, that's definitely number one. And then yeah, don't don't get caught up in too many distractions because it's too much free time to not get distracted
Mm-hmm.
because it's so much going on. It's so active. You can get swept up in a lot of distractions and
Yeah.
get definitely sidetracked with work and get behind, and that's the worst feeling.
If you were preparing to go to school now, what would you do differently? If there's is there anything that you would say, man, I wish I would have done this before I went to school?
Before I went or
Yeah,
before
before
I
you went.
finished?
Yeah, if you had to go back in time to say, man, if I had the chance to do this over, this is what I would do.
Believe it or not, I appreciate what I did. There's nothing I would have really done different
Okay.
based on my knowledge and when I started to really apply myself towards stuff that I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't aware of, that I was acknowledged on. I I uh I got right to it basically. So you, it's like once you once you're informed on it. Well, once I was informed on it, I jumped on it. So it was like right to it. If you get what I'm saying a little bit.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, wouldn't really be. I don't I don't see nothing.
Okay. All right. That's cool. So,
Maybe
what's your current plans?
I'm currently getting certified in different certifications. So like I just did a certification last week on first aid, CPR, aerial lift, and then last month I got certified in forklift, uh, OSHA, fall protection, and it was something that I can't really remember. It's a lot of them, but yeah, I'm getting certified and stuff like that. And yeah, at the moment, I'm not working,
Okay.
but I am doing that, so I'm fine with not working because when those classes do come around where I can get certified, it won't get in the way of me working. And
Yeah.
because it's a week long, so they like week long classes, so it's from 7 to 3:30. So I'm there the whole day, from Monday to Friday.
So, has the pandemic been a problem as far as looking for, career search, job search right now?
I'm gonna say no
Okay.
because, well, yeah, I'm gonna say no. But far as I was working, so it had stopped my work, the work that I do, which is a carpenter, trade show carpenter.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm gonna say far as that, basically, just been in the way of making money that I would make and really being occupied making my money versus unemployment or whatever. But
Gotcha.
um,
So, I'm going to ask you a futuristic question. We're going to go 20 years into the future, and I want you to look back. You're now about 40 something years old or something like that. Tell me what you have accomplished over the last 20 years of your life. Tell me what you've done. When we in the future now, I want you to look back and tell us this is what Randy Cole has accomplished.
what have I done? I've graduated college. I've continued, well, I am continue to visit HD Woodson, and maybe other schools also. And motivating students to, well, I am, because I don't feel like it would be, I've done, because I don't feel like I would stop. So it would be what I would be doing. So
Mm-hmm.
I would be still, motivating kids to either go to college or know what they want to do, because college not for everyone, but if it is, then make the way. But, open up trades and other opportunities for them if school is not it.
That's great. I appreciate that. Well, those are all the questions I have for you today, Randy. I will end with one question. I'll give you an opportunity just to talk to the Innovation Scholarship donors and sponsors. If you had to say something to them, what would you like to say to them today?
I appreciate all the opportunities I was able to do far as apply for the scholarships and to receive the scholarships and to be the face of a graduating from Virginia State.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
No, I appreciate that.
No